Hey everybody. Hello, hello. Come on in the room, you guys. I got a serious conversation I want to have with you all. So please come on in the room. Let's have this conversation. The lady that you see on the screen here, she has been arrested. She has been arrested for taking the life of her 18-year-old girlfriend. We need to have a conversation about this, you guys. There's a lot going on out there, but we have to remember that safety, even when we're dating people, we have to keep in mind to be aware of people, their behavior, their personalities, and their medical history. Yes, you guys, I'm going to have a talk about this and bring you this story right after this intro.
Welcome to the Juice Radio Talk Show. 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 Reality TV, Church Street News. Let's talk happy love and marriage lifestyle. Come and talk with us. Come and share with us. Come and laugh with us. Come on and pray with us.
Regina, Clovis, special guest. You should be following your lead. Bless. Subscribe on YouTube. Listen on podcast. We live on IG and Facebook. This episode is sponsored by Truth and Triumph Ministries.
All righty, everyone. Thank you for coming back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Remember, if you're coming on in the building, click that thumbs up on this video. Click that thumbs up. Let's keep this algorithm going in a positive direction. Click that thumbs up here at the Juice Radio and Talk Show. If you're watching this on one of our other platforms, remember, make your way over here to our YouTube channel at the Juice Radio and Talk Show. The Juice Radio and Talk Show. Y'all see the logo on the screen. Y'all see the logo now. Make sure that you click on the right page now. We want to support other channels, but we also want to make sure that we support the right one, this one. All right, you guys, look for this logo, the Juice Radio and Talk Show, red mug and microphone on the screen. If you're listening to this on our podcast, all you have to do is type in the Juice Radio and Talk Show and look for our red coffee mug and microphone. You guys, this story is, this is a sad one, you guys. This is a sad one. I want to thank all of you again for being here. Thank you, Aaron, for being so punctual and so nice, y'all. I love it. Thank you so very much. Thank you so much for reminding of the other two shows we have coming up. And you know what? We're adding a third one. So we're going to have 3 more shows after this one, you guys. 3 more. I've got something else coming up. Thank you so much for those reminders. Thank you, Bianca. Thank you so very much as well. Hey, Latoya. Thank you, girl. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much, Bianca. Thank you so much, Dustin. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. All right, you guys, let's get into this story. Now, this story is coming out of Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas. I have dropped the links in here. You guys can look at these stories as well. This is extremely sad, you guys. This one is extremely sad. In Houston, Texas, they're reporting that there was a fight and a woman her life was taken by the hands of her girlfriend. Now, the woman in question is the one on the screen here, and her name is Shania Laneice Turner. Shania Turner. She is responsible for allegedly she was responsible for taking the life of Tierra Horn. Now, I'm going to bring you Tierra Horn's picture up here, and then I'm going to also share this story. And I'm going to tell you why I started back doing these stories. Not because I want to run videos on my channel. It's not for that. It's because I want to bring awareness and also to try and bring some prevention. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Some prevention so that these things will not continue to happen. There's enough stories out here for us to talk about. So, I want people to understand the reason why I do this on my channel. I have children as well. Other people have children. You do not want to get the phone call that your child's life has been taken. So I do these stories on my channel to try and help people to understand we have to be aware and try and bring some pointers into play so that when somebody hears this video or sees this video, they can get some knowledge from it as far as a way to say, listen, I got to be aware of things to make sure that you don't become one of these stories. Okay. That's the reason why I do this. All right, so let me share on the screen here so you guys can see here. Here's a picture. Here's a picture of Miss Tierra Horn. This is a picture of Miss Tierra Horn. She was 18 years of age. Her life has been taken away by, they're saying, allegedly the hands of her 24-year-old girlfriend. All right. I'm going to go ahead and read this story again to you guys. And then we're going to have a conversation about it. Okay. We're going to have a conversation. So it has on here that Tierra Horn, they actually had a missing persons report issued for her. Her family had placed a missing persons report, and it says that she was last seen Tuesday, January 2nd of 2024. And so they had placed a missing persons report out on her. Now, the article says a Houston woman was taken into custody last week after strangling her teenage girlfriend to death and disposing of her body near a bayou. Oh, God. It says the Houston Police Department, along with Harris County deputies, patrol officers, and investigators, discovered the lifeless body of 18-year-old Tierra Horn, and it gives the address. It says Friday, January 5th. It says, sadly, she was pronounced no longer alive. Court documents show that an autopsy revealed that Horn's cause of death was compression to the neck. It says Horn's family had reportedly not been in contact with her since January 2nd, and they reported her missing on January 4th, one day after law enforcement uncovered the grim discovery. According to court records, Horn and her girlfriend, Shania Turner, were involved in a dispute. Allegedly, Turner suspected Horn of transmitting a sexually transmitted disease to her, leading to an altercation where Turner purposely strangled Horn and disposed of her remains along the Buffalo Bayou Trail, where the body was later found. On Thursday, January 11th, police arrested Turner and booked her into the Harris County Jail on murder charges. So here's a situation that's happened. Now, this is, I guess they're getting this information from Turner, and stating maybe that, there was an argument that happened because she's saying that Turner suspected Horn of giving her a sexually transmitted disease. And then she got possibly upset at her and decided to take matters into her own hand and take this young girl's life and take her life. Now, the thing is, when we start meeting with people or you start dating people, you do have to understand, you guys, that I know it's sometimes hard for people to say, hey, I want to know your medical background. I want to know, what happened, your medical history, because I also want to protect myself. But also, when you think of getting in a relationship with someone where you are going to be sexually active with that person, then you do have to consider that if you know that you have anything, and I'm not saying that Ms. Horn had anything, I don't know, but I'm just speaking as far as general. If you're aware that there's any form of diseases that you may have or any possibilities or anything like that, I would suggest that you have that conversation with that person before entering into a sexual relationship with them. Now, there are some times when people may not be aware of situations or may not be aware that they may be having anything existing in their bodies. I understand that, but I would say this in that case, before you get into a sexual relationship with anyone, why don't you both decide to do an adult thing and get tested for anything? Go to the doctor and just run several tests. You're not only protecting the other person, you're protecting yourself. I know a lot of people feel as though, no, who's going to do this? The heat of the moment, the heat of the passion and all of that. But then things like this possibly can occur. And there are greater things out there that could really be life-threatening. So we have to start thinking about this for a moment. If you're going to be intimate with someone, then think about the possible consequences of things that can happen. I know a lot of people nowadays are like, nah, I don't want to do, I'm just going to go ahead and do this. But this is when things like this happen. Now, there's a couple of other things I want to talk about as far as this story as well, because this really was hit my heart, because this is a girl who's 18 years old. 18 years old. And the woman on the screen is said to be 24 years of age, allegedly dating this young girl. Here, I want to talk to the young kids out here nowadays. I know a lot of you want to be out here and you're in the dating field right now and you feel like, hey, you want to be grown, you want to go out here and do these things. And that's your opinion. That's your point if you want to do that. But can we do some extra added precautions to this? Here's the thing. The family said that they had to put out a missing persons report on for this young lady because they hadn't seen her in 2 days. And I'm not sure because the story did not say if they contacted Shania to say, hey, have you seen her? I'm not sure if they did that, but I want to give some advice to some of you that's out there dating. And I know some kids may say, well, oh, you're being too nosy to do this, but I'm going to tell y'all anyway, because from a mom, I think you should start doing this. One thing is this. If you're going to date somebody new, I think there should be somebody in your family that knows of that person besides just you. Mm-hmm. I think there should be somebody else that knows. A lot of times, young kids, you want to date people, you want to have them as friends, even when you have them as friends. But you don't want to share with your family members or someone else who this new friend is. That could be a problem. So I think with young kids, parents have the conversation with your kids. If they're going to pick up or have a new friend, or even if somebody that say they're dating, I think somebody else in the household or a family member or even another friend should be aware of who this person is. And I think we need to start doing some more thorough information on them. Like, what's their real name? A lot of times, if you say, well, my daughter was dating this person and her name is a nickname, and then if anything happens and you have to tell the police, well, this was my daughter's friend, and they're not going to go by nickname. They're going to need to know a real name. So parents, you talk to your kids, and kids, don't feel as though your parents don't have to know all your business. What is wrong with you kids telling your parents, this is my friend, this is their real name, this is where they live, this is their phone number, this is their social media pages, this is their job where they work, this is, here's more information about them, this is the type of car they drive. Why not share that information with your parents? Why not? It could be probably something that could help save your life. Another thing is young people and dating. You're going to have to really get some real thought process as to who it is you are dating, who it is you are considering to lay down with, who it is that you're considering to be this girlfriend or boyfriend or so forth. There's a lot of mess out here in this world, and I want the young people to be able to understand that some of this stuff can be avoided. I'm not sure if this lady, Shania, ever showed signs of anger. I'm not sure, but they oftentimes say when you speak to professionals that if you pay attention closely, some people will normally show that anger side or show how they really are within the first few days or something, or even, weeks of dating. So I'm not sure how long they were dating because the story does not tell us this, but I want people to start paying attention to people's behavior, their attitudes, their actions. And oftentimes, thank you, Holy Spirit, what you can do is do this. Sometimes people will see a person's anger, but because it's not geared or directed to them, they feel as though, oh, they got anger and they got a temper, but they don't have a temper with me. No, if they got a temper, it's just probably a matter of time before they turn that temper to you. So you have to pay attention to stuff like that. If you have somebody and they're your friend and they got this awful temper, and I'm not saying that this is what Shania had, but I'm just speaking just in general because these things lead up to stuff. If you know somebody and you have a friend and they got a temper or they're doing some stuff and you're like, oh, I'm glad it's not me. I'm glad I'm on their good side. No. That's an issue. And if you're not careful, that thing can turn around to you. So we've got to find a way to make sure that you are checking your friends, you're checking their associates and all that, and have people to know where you are. Now, they said that they had to put out a missing person for this young lady. I want to also say this to some of the young folks out here. The majority of you guys have cell phones. I know a lot of you are like, no, I don't want my parents to have tracking devices on me. I don't want nobody to have a tracking device. They are really good to have. And I know a lot of you are like, well, I don't want them to know everywhere where I am. Listen, knowing where you are could be one of the most important things that you could have on that phone is that tracking device. So your family and loved ones can know where you are. Now, I don't know in this case if the young lady, Miss Horn, had a phone or if it was taken away, or I don't know what happened. But you guys, I'm just giving you guys as much tips as I can to try and help you and your youngsters, the parents help you and your youngsters, and kids help you to be able to avoid some of these situations. Now, this young lady, they said they have arrested her. They did say that they booked her on January 11th at the Harris County Jail. She's been arrested. And this is just awful. This is just awful. It is really crazy how somebody can have so much anger in them. And even if it is true that there was a disease that was transmitted, even if that's the case, then I don't think it warrants the fact that you have to go and take somebody's life. You chose to have this intimacy with this person and not protect yourself. And if you chose to do that, then you take some responsibility in that. And a lot of times it does not even mean that it's the end. I mean, there's a lot of medications out here and things that can help cure or help during the process of this stuff. But to take somebody's life because you feel as though you have been transmitted with something, that's just the nonsense that I just don't get. You contributed to saying, yes, we want to have this sexual relation with each other. You contributed to that. And you did not use, apparently, the forms of protection that could possibly have protected you from doing that, from getting these diseases. So you guys, we've got to do better out here, you guys. Parents, talk to your children. Please do. Children and teenagers, and I know y'all may think that y'all grown because y'all 18. Yeah, you may think that. But come on now. If you still have your mother and father in your life, have the conversation with them. Talk to them. Get back being, on a relationship where you can have conversation with your parents, even difficult conversations, hard conversation, whatever. Have the time, sit down and have the conversation, because we don't need any more lives lost out here, especially over stuff like this. And even if, let's say that Shania was right, allegedly, and that Ms. Horn did have this particular disease, or STD, did Ms. Horn know about it? Was she able to have the conversation with her parents to get treatment for it? Did her parents even know? And again, I'm not sure if it is, because right now the story is just a story. It's allegations in it. But I'm just speaking to those of you who are out there that you could feel like, hey, this could be real life to someone. Have a conversation with your friends and your loved ones. And even you aunties, I'm going to call on the aunties and the uncles out there. If you feel as though you see your nieces and nephews out there and maybe their parents can't talk to them, maybe you could be the one to step in and talk to them. Maybe you can have a serious conversation with them. We're all family out here. We got to take care of each other. So have those hard conversations. And also, many of you, if you feel as though your loved one may have a problem with their temper or controlling their temper, I want you to have a conversation with them also. And do your best to seek and find ways to help get them the help that they need as well. All right? And we're going to pray for Ms. Horn's family. We're also praying for Shania's family as well, because both sides have to deal with this. All right, you guys. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for being here today. Now, remember, you guys, I have dropped the links. You guys can read over the full stories. I've placed both stories in here, as well as the story from the department where she was arrested. I have that information in here as well. Listen, you guys, let's try and get things in order so that we can all live out here happy, be loving, and be kind to one another. I love y'all for watching today. And remember, you guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so today. And remember, we don't run these stories because we want to have the clicks and likes. We run these stories because we want people to have the knowledge and to be informed, and to make sure that their story does not be this story like today. We thank y'all for being here. We invite you back. We'll see y'all on the next one. Y'all stay tuned. Have a blessed day. Take care now.